welcome to my channel. The last video showed me potting up my new dahlia tubers. In this video I am going to go through what dahlias I bought so that you can see the colours and the shapes that I'm hoping to have this season. I've obviously still got all of the dahlias from last season, although fingers crossed I've got them all. I haven't yet checked to see how they've survived the winter. So I'll also show at the end of the video the last ones and last season's ones, and hopefully we'll see whether they all will work together. I lost a lot of my dahlias last winter, and so really I am trying to build them up from there. Equally, I noticed I had a few with gall last autumn when I was packing them away, so I lost some there. Hopefully my new purchases will help me start building up my collection again. As is always the case, once I start looking at dahlias, I get a little bit trigger happy with the purchase button. So my aim was to buy dahlias in kind of two colour themes. One was what I'm calling peach melba for some reason. So the peaches, apricots through to raspberry pinks, you know, and that sort of colourway. So something that would fit in that range. And the second one is burgundy blush. So the deeper reds, burgundies, and blush pink. So they were the two colour themes that I thought I would try and get a good collection from. And I also wanted to buy a few more pom-poms, pom-pom dahlias, because they work really well in arrangements and are easy to work with. I have Cafe au Lait and Labyrinth and Penhill Dark Monarch at the moment, hopefully. And they are dinner plate dahlias, and they're just really difficult to work with in an arrangement. However, they do dry really well, which is what I've discovered. So I do still want to keep some dinner plates, but they are going to be more for drying rather than arranging. But that was my aim. You'll see when I go through what I bought whether I actually achieved that. So let's take a look. So peach melbas first, and this first one is Bahama Apricot. I think it's been swapped out. I bought a group of dahlias and I think this one was swapped out. I didn't think I had anything with the whiter tones, but it may well work out well. We shall see. The next two haven't yet arrived, but I really hope they do. This is Dusty Beauty and it looks gorgeous with its vintage apricot-y pink tones. Beautiful. Jowie Winnie, a classic ball, classic pom-pom. Again, not arrived, so I'm really hoping it does, because this one was probably the reason why I bought a group of dahlias, because this one was in the group. So if this doesn't arrive, I'll be very disappointed, and I certainly don't want it swapped out for something else. American Dawn is, from the pictures, these pictures, it looks perhaps on the bright side, but we shall see. The pictures when I bought it seemed lovely, but there seems to be a purpley tinge to these ones, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to go, but we'll see. This is Night Silence, and another vintage looking dahlia. Glorious. I think this is peach melba at its best. It has got the burgundy colour, so I can be using it in the burgundy, but it's also got the peaches, so perfect. Next we have Molly Raven, and I think this again is a crossover between the two, so it's got some burgundy tints, but equally it has some pinky peachy colours that may well work well in the peach melba, and it's got more pink than the apricot, so it's hopefully bringing it in line with everything around that. Now let's move on to the blushes and burgundies. There's not much in this part of the collection because I am hoping that there is some of the ones that I've shown you already in the peach melba section will cover the burgundy. But this first one, Sweet Natalie, is, I think, to die for. It's gorgeous. It's the only one that I've got that's blush. I feel calm just looking at it. It's beautiful. Next one, Labyrinth Two-Tone. Now, I'm not quite sure where this fits in, and I'm not really quite sure why I bought it, other than I'm hoping it'll dry well. It's kind of pinky and purpley tone, so I'm not sure how well that's going to fit, but we shall see when it all comes together. And the final new one is Holly Hill Black Beauty. I do love a good, rich, velvety dahlia, and this is one of them. It looks glorious. So that's my new collection. There is, as you can tell, there was a lot more decorative. I got distracted with the decorative ones, a lot more decorative than really I should have bought. Especially when we look at what I've already got, you'll see that there is a theme in my daily choices. So this is what I'm hoping to still have in my collection from last year. So that hopefully is everything, all of the dahlias that I will be planting in this coming season. I'm not sure I've met the objective of expanding the colours. I'm not sure I've got a good selection from the blush and the burgundy range. But I think the peach melba is done. Providing everything flowers, I think we've done that. And actually, at the moment, I'm not quite sure where they're all going to fit. I should have thought about that a bit more cleverly when I was ordering them, especially as I'm hoping to still take cuttings. So some of the varieties I'm hoping to take cuttings so that I can have more than one plant, so it's not such a risk over winter. I've got several that I can risk losing as opposed to just one. And I also collected seeds last year, and I'll cover planting those in the next video. So that's my dahlia collection for this year. I am really interested to know what you've bought new for this year and what you're aiming for in your collection. Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, happy gardening.